2.
So Cube 2 is the sequel to the very well received Canadian film Cube that came out like 4 or 5 years before this one. And this one is directed and director of cinematography same time. Like I've never seen that before. The guy who directs does the cinematography. That's the first time I've seen it. But this guy, can't pronounce his name. He's a Polish director who did the cinematography for a lot of Tarantino movies, the Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, and I think another one of his. But this is his directorial debut, I think. And it's awful. This movie tells a story once again about a bunch of random strangers with no ties to each other, no connection, just trapped in a fucking cube of misery, and they have to go room to room and try to figure out what the hell's going on, but not even the writers know what's going on. There are 2 positives I can give this movie. There's 2 frames of tits, and then they turn into old lady tits because the room makes age go by very quickly because science. And this isn't a horror movie. It's a fucking sci-fi thriller. It's way more sci-fi. And the other positive I will say is that Simon, the character in this movie, who's supposed to be this PI, this private detective who's trying to get this girl who went missing in the beginning in the open, he made me laugh because when the first person wakes up, he like tries to establish his manhood. He's the alpha, he's the one that's gonna, survival of the fittest. Like he's just like throwing people down, and he just sticks knives to their throats because apparently they were allowed to bring weapons into this place. They didn't disarm them before they threw them in, whoever the fuck they are. He has a knife, and he's like, saying that just what he says is just funny, but then someone else pops up, and then he sticks the knife to her, like, pretend like you're scared, and it's like, why? What's your plan here? Like, it's just dumb. This movie's just fucking dumb. But he made me laugh, and then he starts killing people, and he's collecting their watches, and then he keeps killing, like, alternate reality versions of these people and collecting all their watches, and he starts collecting the name tags of the woman he was sent to fucking save. It's just dumb, and it's hilarious. Like, that was the only thing I saw that was funny. The senile old woman was just too much. It's corny. This is a comedy, too, and it's just weird. The tone just keeps shifting, like it's a comedy, that's sci-fi thriller. The rest of this is just cons. First up, Kate. Kate is the worst fucking person in this movie. She is so overprotective that it is annoying. Like, not only a protective, I guess not overprotective, she's so fucking, like, caring. She's so caring that you want to slap her and punch her down her mouth hole and choke her to death like you're Hugo Stiglitz, and you're just gonna stick your fist through her mouth hole so she can't speak again. She's just always like, are you okay? Are you okay? Anytime anyone ever got just a little bit hurt, she was the overprotective mom, the mama bear, coming like, oh my god, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need some penicillin? Did your ear hurt? Are they ringing? There's even one moment where an Asian girl who's blind for no fucking reason, does nothing for the movie. You had a mentally handicapped person in the first one that actually kind of did something. It created tension in one scene because of the situation, and then in this one, you got a blind person who's blind for the only reason of that's how she got there. She's a whistleblower. She's about to bust these people, and then while escaping, she escaped into the fucking cube room. How fucking lucky is she? That's funny. You hear that story, like, oh, sucks for you. But she's blind for no reason. It does nothing for the story. I didn't say anything that made it like, oh, that's why she's blind. It was like, oh, she's blind. That's it. Oh, she can hear things a lot more. What's that do? Nothing. She's like, I can hear the monster, whatever that monster is, a CGI monster. This is way too fucking sci-fi. But let's get back to what I was saying earlier. The chick who's so caring, there's a scene, and it made me crack up, like out loud gut. Like, oh, just, I never laughed so hard in my life. The woman falls, and then the caring woman is like, are you okay? She says to the group, like, she's okay. She's okay. Are you okay? I shit you not. Like, you just said she was okay twice to that group, and now you're asking her if she actually is okay. I just wish the scene would have went more like, like, she's okay. She's okay. Are you okay? No, seriously, tell me you're okay, because I just told everyone in this room twice that you were okay. So if you're not okay, do you have any idea how foolish that's going to make me look? What, are you deaf and blind? Talk to me! Because if you're not okay, It's gonna make me look like some unreliable source of information, like I work for the fucking New York Times or some shit, alright? Tell me you're okay. Don't embarrass me. Don't you embarrass me, you little shit. I will snap those glasses off your stupid little face, snap them in half, and stab them in your fucking eyes like chopsticks. Something like that, just something like that. Something to make me laugh. That would have entertained me if she just went off on her because she wasn't okay. This movie has stupid split screen, like Fargo style shit, and it's like, this is over-stylized just to be over-stylized. This guy does not know how to direct. I got so fucking sick. Like, I was actually starting to get motion sickness. There's a scene, especially in the middle, where the camera just does not stop moving. It goes around for like 10 minutes straight, from character to character, just never fucking stops. The guy doesn't know how to frame shit. Everyone's face is like cut off and it's always zoomed in, and it's like, they're not giving great performances. We don't need to see their face that well. It's just dumb. It's stupid, the directing, everything. And then they take away the charm of the first movie of all the different color rooms and the traps. They're like, fuck the booby traps, fuck the colors. Every room's white now. Everything's like Cult of Chucky, and it looks awful. It's so boring. So goddamn boring. And it's a fucking sci-fi. You got CGI monsters and they're doing some weird shit. You get this like fucking like cube that turns into 80 cubes and spinning in circles and attacking them like it's a fucking end boss of House of the Dead 2 on top of the skyscraper. That's the only thing it reminded me of. This is like a fucking Sega arcade game from Japan. It's that bad and fucking looks in CGI. The CGI is awful. You got the worst looking corpses that have been dead for fucking 10 minutes and they look like they've been dead for 80 years, but I guess that's just the fucking science of this film, and it just looks awful. There's no great kills. There's like no kills, I guess, because they're all just infinite loops of reality, and then it's like if one dies, who gives a shit? There's a million other ones. It makes no sense. No fucking sense at all. What else? Like the ending is so fucking stupid. So the chick, Kate, they're trying to figure out this number, right? They're trying to figure out this number, and they're like, what does it mean? And then at the very last second, she finds out, oh, it's the expiration date. Okay, in 10 seconds, this place is going to implode. And then this square opens up in the floor. She jumps through, and then she survives. She wakes up in this tub of water in some sort of like Area 51, like airplane hangar somewhere, in this giant hangar. And she's been working for the government, supposedly, even though she says she was a psychologist or a psychiatric whatever. Who gives a shit? And so she's lying. She went into that cube. Was her memory erased? Did she lie? It didn't seem like it. The whole movie, she's a victim. If you watch it, she is a victim. She does not know what the fuck is going on. There were moments where she could have been killed easily. And then you find out that her whole fucking goal was to retrieve this necklace from the whistleblower, who she didn't recognize as the whistleblower who's been working for her company. If she really is working for those people at the end, it makes no sense. How hard is it to steal a necklace from a blind woman? She's fucking blind, and there's a moment where she's sleeping. You could have just grabbed it then and got out. Why would they hire you to go retrieve that, throw you in the cube in a death trap if you're gonna die? If you die in there, do you die in real life? Is it like some Nightmare on Elm Street shit? Was there really no risk to her character dying at all? When she wakes up in that pool of shit, it's not like everybody that we saw in the movie was like side by side. In fact, the movie opens up with like all the characters that you're gonna see on gurneys, just like on these, like they're dead or something, or they're in machines and they're just dreaming. So you know the whole thing's bullshit. But then she wakes up by herself in the tub. So I was like, oh, she's the mole. Like she's the one not to be trusted. She's the evil one. She's the double. I don't know. Like just it makes no sense. Like really. Like, she could have just grabbed the fucking necklace and left. And she didn't solve it. They're like, so you solved it. And she's like, yes, I did. It's like, no, you didn't. You just jumped in the fucking hole that opened up at the last second for your ass to hop into. You didn't solve shit. And then they're like, do you have the artifact, the key? And she's like, yep, I do. I grabbed it at the last second, right when it was convenient. And then I remembered what my objective was. I just remembered it at the last second. I was lying to everybody about what my profession was. The movie makes no sense. And then they just poof, blow her head off. She's useless now. Just stupid. Why kill her? She's working for you. She's loyal to you. Is she not? Who the fuck is she then? Just some random rat they picked off the street, like some street rat, and then threw her in a fancy suit and then threw her in there and gave her an objective just to blow her brains out at the end? It makes no sense. Someone explain this fucking movie to me. Oh my god, I could go on and on. No one's panicked in this movie. Like, they go room to room to room. By the 5th room, you think they'd be like, holy shit, where the fuck are we? I'm so scared. I'm never gonna see my family again. They're like, nah, let's just go to the next room. And the caring girl who ends up being the mole at the end, like the one that's working for the government, supposedly, if she is, gets her head blown off. She, just from minute 1, is not only caring, but the most optimistic bitch in the world. Like, everything's okay, everybody. We're all fine. I have complete faith in our teamwork and our abilities to survive. I love each and every one of you. It's gonna be a great day. We're all gonna make it. No one's panicked at all. So therefore, I just do not believe the situation ever. And then they throw a senile old woman in there and they try to make you think at one point she's full of shit and she's all there, but she's not all there. And she's never panicked either. She's got so much Alzheimer's that she never once questions the fact that she woke up in a white fucking cube. Now, the thing that was so great about the first movie is the open. It opens up with a bang and all kinds of just slicing and dicing. The guy falls into cubes, right? In this one, a chick walks into a room and then disappears off frame and then it's like, yep, she's gone. And boo, opening credits. It's like, really? That's all you got for me? It's dumb. Everything fails on this fucking piece of shit movie. So when it comes to Cube 2 Hypercubed, this movie can not only go fuck itself, but there's one thing I'd rather do than watch it again, and that is to blow my fucking brains out. But before I go, again, why were they there? Why were the others there? Explain it to me. Were they all there with the same fucking objective? It's never explained. They have no connection at all. And they're not wearing prison jumpsuits like the first movie, so that's taken out too. Fuck you, Hypercube. And those are my thoughts on Hypercubed. Cube 2, oh boy, I can't wait to watch Cube 0, the prequel. I actually have seen this movie. Now that I've seen clips of it, I'm familiar with it. I saw it as a kid. I rented it with my cousin. So we've seen that before. I remember a guy melting and a guy like exploding because of like noises and stuff. I remember that one going back to basics and actually exploring the creation of the cube. So I'm actually curious to check that one out again. But yeah, fuck this movie. Never watch it unless you're just really into weird sci-fi shit. Then this might be up your alley. Who knows? But yeah, it was a miserable experience. I kind of had a chuckle every now and then, but I was more just laughing at the absurdity and the dumbness. But it was not enough to make up for the rest of the film, where I was like, alright, maybe check it out at Redbox. Now, fuck this movie. But post your thoughts of this movie in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about it. And thank you so much for checking this video. If you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button to show your support and share this video with all your friends. Become a subscriber today if you haven't already, just by clicking my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.